Hey, son.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, how about you?
All right.
I got something here I want you to look at.
What do we got here?
It's an old sundial.
Okay. Hey, Pops.
What?
Come here.
Hang on a minute.
Pops, come here.
What do you want?
Do you know how this thing works?
No, Rick, I ain't that old, and I got a wristwatch.
I came to the pawn shop today to pawn my sundial. I really don't want to sell the thing off. It's kind of got a little sentimental value. I don't really know what it's worth. I just want a little extra money while I'm in Vegas.
So how did you get this?
My father picked it up over in Germany once, back in World War II. He picked it up out of a house or something.
Okay, so I take it didn't buy it. I guess it was a war prize.
It was a war prize, I think.
During World War II, they let you do that.
Yeah, you get all you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, all you had to do is fill out this little spoil of war form.
Spoils of war are basically when U.S. servicemen commandeered things during World War I and World War II. And it could have been anything. All you had to do was fill out some paperwork, put a stamp on it, and send it home.
It's a neat little thing. It's pretty accurate.
Do you know how to use it?
You hold it up and hold it north, let the thing go north, and this little string that's on it, it carries you what time it is across it on there.
Okay, so you'd hold it, like, no, you line up that line right there?
Line it up there, and then whatever the sun is in your back there, it brings to the dial around it there.
Oh, that's neat.
People have been using the sun to tell time for ages, and I've seen a ton of sundials, but I have never seen one this intricate.
Well, it's ivory.
That's a good thing, ain't it?
Uh-huh, yeah, it's definitely a good thing. And this is either French or Latin, and it says 1662. Whether that's just a number or a date, I don't know.
I didn't know if that was that old or not.
If it's that old, I mean, it's in wonderful condition. Do we know what this does right here? There's something there. I have no idea what that does, but there's something right there. Whoa.
I don't know if it's something to reset the dials or what in it.
I don't know what that is. I'm going to put it back in there, though.
I've never seen anything like this, and I'm just dying to find out more.
Did you want to pawn it or sell it, or?
I want to just pawn it and everything. You know, it is something my father gave me and stuff, and I don't want to sell it right now.
Okay. How much did you want to borrow?
I need $500–600.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I'd really like someone to look at it first. This thing could be worth a lot of money. Well, let me call a buddy in here and let him take a look at it.
Okay.
We'll figure out what it's worth, and if everything's good, I'll loan you the money.
Okay.
Okay?
I appreciate it.
This guy has no idea what he has here, and I really don't have any idea what he's got. But all I know is it's probably worth a lot more than $600.
I figured that was your department.
I deal in antiques and scientific instruments. One of the coolest things about scientific instruments is their age, the technology behind them, where they've been, who owned them, and just the whole mystique behind that. This is what's known as a Nuremberg dial. So what are your concerns with this item?
My gut feeling is it's real. I mean, I don't know if it's 1662, and to tell you the truth, I have no idea what it's worth.
Well, sundials date back before Christ, and what you've got here is really an old-fashioned digital watch because it had so many functions combined into one instrument. There are 3 different dials in this particular sundial. You've got a vertical pin dial, a string gnomon dial that's vertical, and another horizontal dial.
What in the world is a gnomon dial?
This is called the string gnomon. When this is orientated towards true north, the sun will be over my shoulder, and the sun's shadow will be cast by the string on the time of day on this circular dial underneath, indicating the time of day. For direction, on the top here, you have what's called a compass rose. If you look down through that hole and you point north, you'll see the tip of the compass needle. It's magnetic. On the bottom here, you have what's known as a lunar volvel. It has both the Gregorian and Julian calendars, but the cool thing about this is at night, when you had a full moon, you could actually tell what time it was.
How in the world did you do that?
It depends upon the orientation of the moon and the phase of the moon. And these little computations down here, if you line up the various numbers with what your observation is, it'll tell you within 15 minutes what the time of evening is.
That's amazing.
I had no idea this thing had so many functions. It's like the Swiss Army knife of sundials. I mean, they thought of everything. I am blown away by the technology and craftsmanship in this.
This is obviously a very detailed, delicate instrument. It would have been owned by nobility or someone who was very wealthy. It's made in Germany. It's signed Albrecht Karner. Karner happened to be one of a family of dial makers that was very well known in Germany at the time. This is the most incredible, pristine example that I've ever seen. There is absolutely no doubt that it's authentic. One really amazing aspect of this thing is this additional feature here. This is 350 years and it survived there without falling out like it did earlier with you. Just absolutely amazing. If you put this little guy here in the top, what it becomes, this is a weather vane. And I have never seen one that had the original wind vane still with it. Buddy, you're in Vegas and you just hit the jackpot.
I needed to.
What do you think it's worth? What do you think it would go for?
An average dial like this might sell from between $3,000 and $5,000, but one in this exceptional condition, they just do not come any better than this. There are examples in museum that don't hold a candle to this. This one, I would say, easily could fetch $7,000.
Thanks for coming by, Rod. I really appreciate it.
Nice meeting you.
I do, thank you. I'm pretty shocked right now. That thing was worth a fortune there. I've been holding on to it for so long, I didn't know it was that valuable.
So do you still want to pawn it, or do you want to sell it to me?
I'm considering selling it to you if you'll come up good on me.
So what do you think's a fair price?
Well, you just heard him, probably $665.
I can't do that. I'll give you $3 grand.
Nah, I can't take that. You heard what he said. That's museum piece there.
Yeah, but a museum ain't gonna give you no money for it. I'll give you $4 grand. I mean, it scares me. I mean, I don't know how long I'm gonna sit on this thing. That's a lot of money.
I'll take 48.5.
I'll go 42. That is like it.
Let's do this then. We're in Vegas. Let's flip a coin. 42 if you get it, 45 if I get it. You call the coin.
All right, go ahead. What the hell? Tails.
Head it is. Thank you, sir.
All right, let's go do some paperwork.
My intentions was to pawn it, but that was $4,500. My dad would think I was a nut just to keep that right there. Take the money and go with it.
So what do we have this time?
Well, this time I brought you something wildly interesting.
Which
a book
is?
by Oscar Wilde.
You really need to work on the jokes, dude.
And that's among the best of them. I bought this one privately from a family that inherited it. I love Oscar Wilde. There's just a lot of wit and charm in his works. I'm asking a really reasonable price today of $2,000. You know, it's so reasonable, I don't think I want to take much less than that.
Okay, this is interesting. The Happy Prince and Other Tales by Oscar Wilde.
Printed in 1888.
1888. Is this first edition?
This is a first edition, and it's a very interesting book. This was really the first book that sort of cemented his literary career.
Yeah, half the country loved him and they, loved his works and thought he was just a complete genius, and the other half absolutely hated him.
Exactly. I'm sure you know Oscar Wilde was one of these great personalities of the 19th century.
Well, he was a very odd cat.
Exactly. Well, I consider him sort of like the Lady Gaga of the 1890s.
Oscar Wilde published the majority of his work during a 7-year stretch in the late 1800s. And even though he's still considered a creative genius, he seems to be remembered more today for having that over-the-top personality and just being a funny guy. So how many actual stories are there in here?
Well, there's 5 stories in there.
Definitely cool, man. So how much do you want for it?
I'm looking for $2,000 for it.
Which might very well be a good price, I'm not sure. I'm gonna call Rebecca up, I'm gonna get her down here. She will help me out with this.
Oh, of course.
Okay, hang on a little bit, I'm gonna give her a call.
Great, thanks so much.
A first edition Oscar Wilde would be an amazing item for the shop. But I don't want to get too excited until Rebecca gets here and tells me it's the real deal.
What have we got?
We have something really wild.
You gotta stop those bad jokes.
You both need to stop those bad jokes.
Oscar Wilde. Well, this is the book. He says it's the first edition.
May I pull it out of the Mylar?
Of course, you know how to handle these things.
This was the sort of breakout work for Wilde. He had printed a number of poems. He was famous for doing reviews. But this is when the literary establishment starts taking him a little bit more seriously. And just a couple years later, he ends up producing The Picture of Dorian Gray. And then, of course, his big, big hit was The Importance of Being Earnest. And He lived a very extravagant lifestyle, too. Even on his deathbed, he was sipping champagne, and he supposedly said, "Alas, I'm dying beyond my means." I'm a fan of Oscar Wilde because he is all about style. He had a number of contributions in the literary world, but also he was kind of important in the history of authorship, of this superstar author that everyone paid attention to.
So it's definitely a first edition.
In this case, we actually call this the first trade edition because the same year there was a deluxe edition published of 75 copies.
Okay.
And this is the trade edition, the first that was pretty much open access. You didn't have to pay specially for, and there were 1,000 copies of this printed, which is still a very small number.
Okay. So what do you think of the condition?
Listen, I've seen better, but I've seen worse, okay? This book is notorious for this kind of soiling. Japanese vellum, which is what you've got here, this is what happens with it, unfortunately. The materials used were very beautiful. Wilde was very, very sensitive about how his books were published, and he wanted them to be beautiful. The problem is he didn't anticipate how they would age 100 years later. So it does have, obviously, an effect on the value.
Just like coins and other things, some of them age better than others.
You're right. There are some books when there are certain condition traits that are acceptable that would be utterly unacceptable in another book.
All right, so value.
This book, you do see a big range depending on condition. I'd be willing to place it, I would say, 2,600, optimistically 2,800.
Okay.
All right?
Thanks, you're the best.
You're welcome, Rick.
Thanks so much,
Bye,
Rebecca.
This book is not as famous as some of the other Oscar Wilde works, but I don't think he's gonna have a hard time moving it because it's Oscar Wilde. Everyone loves him.
Okay, so we're not so far off this time. Give me a number.
Let me have it for 1,500.
Well, you know, when I was younger, I thought money was the most important thing in the world. And now that I'm older, I know it is. That's Oscar Wilde. What about something about 21?
Didn't you say earlier you wanted 2,000?
But she gave me a better appraisal than I thought. There's a lot of demand for Wilde.
I'll give you 1,700 bucks.
I'll come down, but give me a little bit more. Give me 1,800. It's a fair price. You're gonna sell this.
I know you bring me stuff all the time, and this one I actually think will sell quick compared to some of the other things, so 1,800 bucks. Do you want to wrap it up for me, and I'll meet you right over there?
Yeah, let's do that. I'll bring it over. We ended up on settling on 1,800. I mean, that's a really fair price. I'm definitely going to be back. I'm saving some books that I think Rick will like, and I'm definitely saving some books that I think Rebecca will like.
Hey, what's up, man? The ants are in the back.
Ants?
You're not the exterminator?
No. This is the Ghostbusters Proton Pack.
I believe at one point I had the full-on Ghostbusters jumpsuit.
I have one, too. I'm a big fan of the movie Ghostbusters. Ever since I was a little kid, I fell in love with all the props, and since you couldn't buy them anywhere, I decided to just build it myself. I want to sell my Proton Pack today because if I want to build more of these props from some of the other movies, I'm going to need the cash.
What the hell's this, Corey?
It's from Ghostbusters. This is the Proton Pack.
Oh, okay.
Was it made for the movie, or did...
This is a replica that I built myself.
All right, so what was the plot behind it again?
It was about some guys that started a business in New York running around catching ghosts, and this was one of the primary tools that they used.
I know the big deal was that you can't cross the streams.
No. Full proton reversal. The end of life as you know it.
Ghostbusters was a big budget movie for its day because it had a ton of expensive visual effects, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Remember that guy? The part where he exploded at the end was done with over 50 gallons of shaving cream.
This was really a labor of love. I actually made trips out to Hollywood to the studio where they have some of the screen use packs on display, and I took detailed photos and measurements. It's all made of fiberglass and plastic and electronics. Some car parts, this is like a thermostat off of a 1958 Corvair. There's all sorts of brass fittings, pneumatic fittings. This cable was almost impossible to find. It went out of production in the early 80s. Even replicated all of these labels. I took photos of them, had them printed at a sign shop. You have to be able to find all these parts and then also have the technical ability to wire it all up.
How's this damn thing work?
Well, this is an unlicensed nuclear accelerator that shoots a proton beam. So when you press this button, It fires. You want to try it out?
Why not?
Just press that button there. See how much fun that is?
It's neat.
So what are you looking to get out of it?
I'd like to get at least $2,000 for it.
It ain't no damn way.
I think here you ought to be able to sell it for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
I think I could probably sell it, man. I just don't know when.
All you have to do is find another nerdy fan like me who has too much money in his pocket.
The problem is a lot of nerdy fans spend all their money building stuff like this instead of buying it. I could see doing like $800 on it, man.
I'd have to have a little bit more than that. Could you do like 15?
I'll go $1,000. That's as far as I'm going, Corey. The only reason why is they do it good in the store.
Come on, you can do $1,200.
$1,000, man. That's the most I could pay for it. This is one of the more ridiculous items I've even heard him agree to buy.
$1,050.
If I give you $1,050, you're gonna feel like you won?
Yeah.
All right, dude. $1,050. All right. Meet me over there. I'll write you up.
Okay.
Take the pack with you.
I think the old dude would make a good Ghostbuster. He was trying to pretend like he wasn't into it, but I could tell he was having fun.
You want to go watch Ghostbusters?
Hell no, you get your ass back to work.
I wish I could have got a little bit more money than $1,050. I had probably that much in it, but now I've got some money and I'm in Vegas.
What do we got?
I have a 1954 Scintillator.
Scintillator. Okay.
Do you even know what a scintillator is?
It's pretty much a Geiger counter.
Okay, good. I'm glad you know that.
They're used outside of nuclear power plants, stuff
Right.
like that, to test people, make sure they weren't, radioactive.
Exactly.
They weren't
Yeah.
glowing.
I came into the pawn shop today because I wanted to try and sell my scintillator. I'm looking to sell it because I have no use for it. It just sits in the garage. I'm happy if I can get $150 for it. The least I'll take is $100.
You ever use one of these things?
No, but I've read about them, son.
I just think it's a piece of Americana because it's just that era of that whole nuclear, cool science fiction kind of stuff.
Yeah, in the 1950s, everything was about nuclear this,
Right.
nuclear that. They had dreams of nuclear power powering everything.
You gotta understand, back then, people didn't understand how deadly radiation was. Corey, when they had the big tests, they had parties where you go outside and sit and watch the mushroom clouds, for God's sake. I never watched a nuclear explosion myself. That's a couple degrees of stupid over my limit.
In the 1950s, it was almost a gold rush, but for uranium. This was a giant battery
Right.
in here, and you would pretty much just turn it on, and people would literally go out to the desert and start scanning the ground for uranium and think they were going to strike it rich.
Right.
This is a fun-looking gadget, and 50 stuff is always popular with collectors. I don't think this thing's worth a ton of money, but there might be enough in it to make it worth picking up. Any idea of what you want for it?
The company originally sold it in 1954 for $495.
How much money was $500 back in 1950?
In today's money, it would be $4,000.
Minimum.
It ain't worth that today. You got about $100 here.
Oh, you can't do better than that?
The unfortunate thing is that I have all the money and you have a ray gun. All it has is decorative value.
Right. There's got to be some science geek collector that's going to come in and say, I've got to have it.
I don't think so.
I just don't get very many of them, let's say that.
Would you go 200?
I'll go 125.
140?
If I go 130, will you feel like you won and you got something out of it?
135.
Okay, fine, 135.
All right.
All right, deal.
Cool. Thank you. We ended up settling at 135, and I'm happy with that. My uranium-seeking days are over.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Long time no see?
Ah, nerdy guy, Prius, Star Trek toys.
Yeah, that's me.
What do we got this time?
I got a Klingon Bat'leth. It's a traditional weapon used by the Klingons in that Star Trek world. And I got to get rid of it because I got a baby on the way.
There's no way you're married. There's no way you've ever had a girlfriend. I don't believe it.
Came to the pawn shop today to sell my Klingon Bat'leth. It's a traditional Klingon sword. I'm looking for about $300, and the least I'll take is, I don't know, maybe $100.
So did you get it from a Klingon?
No, I didn't get this from a Klingon. Just a buddy of mine up north. You want to check it out?
I guess so. Let me see it.
You look like a badass with that in your hand.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. So, Bat'leth is Klingon for Sword of Honor. The legend behind it is there's a mythical character in the Klingon folklore. His name was Kalis. He cut a lock of his hair, threw it into a volcano, dipped it into a lake, and formed this Bat'leth.
The original Star Trek came out in the late 1960s. Even though it only ran for 3 seasons, it got a huge cult following over the years, and eventually led to a bunch of spin-off series and movies.
It's made out of steel. It's got 4 points here, 3 handholds. Usually you're gonna use this for hand-to-hand combat, and you know, it's a pretty decent weapon to have.
So how does this work?
You could hold it up like a sword like this and you know, go into a slashing motion. You know, go for headshots, slashes, uppercuts, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to get hit with the thing.
If anything, you could have your security hold it, right? You know, up front, make sure everything's check.
I think that's a good idea.
People acting up.
It would be pretty badass to have a Klingon sword in the shop. I'd carry it around all day and no one would mess with me. Well, how much you want for it?
I was thinking maybe 300 bucks.
What's scrap steel going for these days?
Not really sure, man.
I'll give you $100.
Dude, you think it's cool? Help me out here.
100 bucks.
This Bat'leth, it's gonna appeal to sword collectors, Trekkies, sci-fi guys, you know, what have you. It's not, I don't think it's gonna sit too long in the store.
Ask for 110 and I'll say yes. That way you feel like you won, okay?
Can I get 110?
All right, deal. Okay, there we go. All right, Chum, you want to write them up?
I feel pretty good with the amount they gave me. I'm gonna take the $110 that I got and probably put it towards the nursery.
Hey, Rick, come check this out.
Earlier, some stuff came up broken in the warehouse, so I asked Travis to check out the security footage to see what happened.
I think I know what happened to the vase. Chum messing around with that sword.
Seriously? You know what I want you to do? I want you to email this to every employee in the company explaining this is not how you work in the warehouse. People sometimes forget that I have cameras all over this pawn shop. I'm gonna make sure Chum knows he can't be doing this kind of stuff at work. Maybe if he's embarrassed, he'll stop doing things like this because just yelling at him's not working.
Can do.
Thanks.
What a dumbass.
It's funny, isn't it? He really thinks he's a Klingon warrior. Since I now know for sure that Chum's the one who broke the vase, I decided to send the video of him acting like an idiot to every single person in the company. Hopefully, it will embarrass the hell out of him so he doesn't do it again.
What the hell is everyone laughing at out here?
It's you. You're busted.
Right here, look. Who's that guy?
That doesn't prove anything.
You're turning red right now. Are you blushing?
No, I'm just pissed off that you guys are falsely accusing me.
Falsely accusing you of what? It's proof you did it. Okay, here's Chum dancing around like a moron. Okay, you hit the trash can. Oh, there goes the box with the vase inside of it. Now you run over, make sure you dust the box off, put it back on the cart, and run out of the room. I like the backspin move, dude. That looks really good on you, man. Where'd you learn that?
Mission accomplished. I don't think I've ever seen Chum this embarrassed. Hopefully, he learned his lesson, and that'll be the end of it. So we're almost there.
This has been quite the journey, Rick.
Chum and I are on our way to Glamis, California to check out a Sandrail that Spencer found. Corey decided he was way too cool to ride with the fun guys, so I guess it's Chum and I that are going to be taking on the dunes.
We finally made it. Yep, the Eagle has landed. Spencer beat us here.
Yes, Spencer beat us here.
Well, well, well. About time you guys showed up.
Party doesn't start till I get here, Spencer.
Yeah.
Or should I call you Tomato? You been in the sun all day?
Brother, I am dried out. But your vision quest is about to start right this second.
Vision quest.
My buddy Jeff is just right over the hill right there with a really high-powered rockin' Sandrail.
So I'm going to be able to relive my childhood.
Yes, and then some.
You know what? All my kids are grown, and I need a new toy.
Where's Corey at, by the way?
Apparently, he did not want to ride with us. He did not enjoy the company.
That's all right, Rick. We do really good bro trips, right?
Yeah.
Jeff knows you're coming, so you should be good to go.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Spencer.
Really? What's up, guys?
What's up, Big Hawk?
Hey, man, how's it going? Where did this thing come from?
I see you're riding in style.
You two pretty much take up all the room inside of that RV, Pops.
That's for a family of 8. There's like a bowling alley in there.
Big Hoss, you kind of overdid it. Just say it, you didn't want to hang out with us.
Chum, you've never been to Glamis with my dad. It never works out well for him.
Really?
Everything always breaks, something always happens. And I need an escape pod.
Okay, I've been out here in the sun all day. I'm dried out. You guys can figure this feud out later, but Jeff is just down the hill there. He's ready to go. The only problem is only 2 of you can go. And I'm going picking because I've been here long enough.
It's a 2-seater?
That's it.
You got AC in the car?
Yeah, it does.
Well, I think I'll be rolling with Spencer today, boys.
Let's go.
Dude, last time we went picking, I had a blast.
And I'm about to have maybe the greatest day of my life with the coolest car that exists.
This is cool.
How's it going?
Hey, good.
My buddy told me this thing's for sale.
Yeah, it's a good car. It's recently built, 2-seater. It has all the best equipment possible you could put on it.
Tell me what this thing doesn't have on it, man. This thing is awesome.
Not much it doesn't have, maybe a panini maker or something like that.
I mean, how hard would it be to put a panini maker in this thing, Pops?
What is a panini?
Sandwich. Well, a sand car is basically a handmade vehicle with tubular chassis, and I'm looking to sell this car. So a mutual friend of mine, Spencer, set this deal up and had him come out and meet me in the desert. I built this car over a period of a year and put all the things that I've learned into it. If I sell this car, it's just going to go to the next car. You keep rolling.
Okay, pretty impressive. I mean, people started coming out here in the 60s. It was all Volkswagen stuff.
Right.
And when you went over Dune, if you got a little bit of air, it hurt.
Yes.
And then 20 years ago, the motors got crazier and the suspension got crazier. It's nothing like the Dune buggies and the Sandrails back in the day. This is a sand car because it's got a big V8 on it. It's got insane suspension. So why are you selling it?
Well, I figured out I'd want to get a 4-seater.
I gotta ask, why isn't it a 4-seater already?
Well, originally this frame was going to be probably a mid-engine car, but I like the storage behind the seats for bringing the extra stuff.
All right, that's a LS2?
LS3, about 500 horse on the rear.
So the LS3 is the motor that's in a Corvette, right?
Yeah, I believe at 08 Corvettes when they started. It has a heater, it has air-conditioned seats, heated seats, it has stereo, it has...
Hold on real quick. Did you say it has heated seats?
Heated seats and cooled seats.
It doesn't have windows, man.
Well, it does get warm out here, and you get a little sweaty underneath, you know, and it helps with that. Literally, it's state-of-the-art. We even put the power steering in it.
It has power steering?
Power steering, yeah. And it's electric, so you can make it harder or softer according to what you drive over.
You told me we were coming out here to look at a Sandrail. You didn't tell me we were looking at the Ferrari of Sandrails out here, dude. Like, come on, man.
Kind of what I tried to build.
No, it really is incredible. I mean, it looks like you've done everything there is to do.
Except for the back seats, huh?
Yeah, except for the back seats.
So, how much are you looking to get?
I'm looking to get 100,000.
You know, my man, before he geeks out, because I can see that he's already overly excited over it, let me get somebody down here.
I completely recommend it.
My buddy Joe Fab has a shop right over by the store over there. Do you mind if I have him come down and take a look at it for us?
Not at all.
Okay, give me 1 minute. I'll make a phone call. You want to go hang out in a real motorhome and chill for a second while I deal with this?
Yeah, I'll hang out in my motorhome. I would never be in your motorhome. God, it's probably dirty.
The guy's got some serious money in this thing.
It's got everything.
I can hear a mullet coming. I can hear that hair from here. I told you.
Joe!
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Joe?
How's it going?
Doing good, man.
Good to see you.
So what do you think of this thing?
Completely rowdy.
So, Joe, you know, every time we come out here, you're fixing one of his Sandrails, and I've not been out here once where it didn't break.
That is not true.
Joe fixed them. Joe, how long have you known my dad?
10 years.
That's 10 times. Joe, do you mind taking a look at it for us? This is like the Ferrari of Sandrails, and I just need to know a little bit more about it.
Well, this is a well-built car, I can just tell off the bat. It has 2-inch hollow spindles. The arms are huge with bypass shocks. Has an S4 tranny. The motor has an LS3 in it, I can tell, and probably over 500 and something horsepower. It has shift indicators I can see, radio systems. I can even see a heater underneath the dash. This is definitely a loaded machine.
Okay, so he's asking $100,000 for it. I think it's an amazing car. It looks cool as hell. I just want to make sure the price is right.
Rick, this is definitely an upgrade from what you've brought to me in the past, for sure. The shocks alone are probably 20 grand right there, so. But I think the best thing for you to do is get in and drive it, and that'll let you know what it's all about.
Well, I think the thing is badass, and I want to drive it. So are you cool with that?
Take it on.
Really, after everything I just said, you're going to let him drive it?
Just get in the passenger seat and hold on. You'll be fine. Get in the thing. We're going to have a blast.
You gonna be able to get in?
Yes, I can get in. All right?
Sure.
Just stop.
Come on. Need some butter?
Just gotta get used to the way of getting in it, all right? Put your seatbelt on.
All right, Pops.
Go.
Once again, something broke.
I went around a turn, the flag flew off.
It's not even funny, man. Like, I'm gonna have to talk to this guy about what it's gonna cost to fix his flag. You already
I
broke
didn't break anything. It just broke on itself.
Well, at least we didn't die.
Rick, how did it drive?
This is the funnest thing alive. This is like a nonstop roller coaster that you can go on for hours and hours.
Let me make sure you can get out.
I can get out of this thing. It's just a little tight fit.
Get...
You know what? Not exactly designed for my body type. There was nothing like that. Nothing.
This one's built right.
So I guess we're at least buying this.
I did not break the flag.
I think if you get the car, we'll get you another set of flags.
So what do you think about the price, Joe?
Well, transmission's 20 grand. A motor like that is probably maybe 25 to 30. So 100,000, smoking deal.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go back to the shop. You guys get it? Come on by.
Well, if he ends up buying it, we'll definitely be there.
All right.
So, I mean, is 100 grand your best price?
Yeah, I'm pretty solid on that. The car's only a couple months old.
I mean, would you go 95?
I think I'm pretty hard at the $100,000 mark.
You know what? I'll do 100 grand.
All right, your car.
All right, cool. Let's go to the motorhome. I'll get you a check.
Awesome.
I figured it out. When it comes to Sandrails, it's not my driving. Corey's just bad luck.
Hey, what do you got here? Well, I have an antique portrait of Napoleon and an antique portrait of Josephine.
Hey, old man.
What?
Some guy found high school photos of you and Grandma.
Yeah, right.
These portraits are in mint condition. Honestly, I have no idea as to what the value is or what they're worth, but the lowest I'd accept for these portraits are 500 bucks. Yeah, think I could get it? My wife's family's from France, and it's been in the family. I know it's my wife's great-grandmother must have had them.
Corey, I don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, I do. I'm looking at an old picture of you dressed in drag.
Move over.
Feel free.
Okay.
So why are you looking to sell them? Well, we're moving. I need the money. All right. Got to pay the movers. What I like about the two portraits is he's all dressed up in his uniform and everything, but Josephine wasn't bad looking, I'll tell you that much. In fact, I think she looks like my wife.
These are hand painted. They're not what is known as print transfers. These were actually painted by an artist. There was artists back in the 1800s that specialized in these. That's all they did.
So they're old?
Oh, yeah, they're old. How old, you don't know, because they're not dated. There wasn't no Kinkos back then, and if you wanted a picture of Napoleon, you had to find somebody to paint it. But these numbers here tell me that these two pieces was in an auction at one time.
It could have been. I have no idea about that.
We're going to have to bring in an expert, somebody that specializes in this type of stuff.
I'd appreciate that. I'm excited about meeting with the expert. It would really be nice to know the true value of the portraits before we negotiate a price.
My name is Greg. I'm an expert in French Revolutionary and Napoleonic history. And whenever the guys have an item in French history from that period, they give me a call. They're most likely from the 1850s, from the first decade of the Second Empire, when Napoleon III had taken power in France and was trying to draw a link to his uncle, Napoleon. There was a great market for Napoleonic and Josephinian artifacts all across the 19th century, paintings that were done as pendants, on vases, on plates, even on salt and pepper shakers. The interesting thing about Josephine and Napoleon is that, unlike previous monarchs, they were closely associated as a couple. They were really thought to be in love. They were the Kennedy and Jackie O of their period. She was very much a visual icon, a fashionable person, widely revered as a kind of young, beautiful celebrity of the day. So miniature portraits like this were very common. Now, one really interesting thing about this image of Napoleon, the original portrait from which it was done in 1838, 24 years after Napoleon's death. Art historians think that because he didn't have a model to work from, the artist may have used his own head as the model. In other words, that's actually more of a likeness of the artist than it might have been of Napoleon.
So you're telling me that the idea that everybody gets when they see Napoleon isn't the actual Napoleon?
The artist did this one at a turn, so he had to use some kind of model to do the head, and we think he may have used his own head as the model.
Got any idea what the value of these things are?
Well, I'd want to be conservative, but I think based on what we know, they would probably go for about $800.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I think these portraits are unique in that you've got two together in pretty good condition. For Big Hoss and the Old Man, I think these are really worth having in their shop, and I think they'll get a good price for them.
All right, Greg, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure. Good to see you again.
We appreciate it.
These things are kind of cool, and based on their age, I mean, they're in great condition. I think they'd be a cool thing to have in a shop. The only question is, can we get them at a good price? What are you looking to get out of them?
How about, how about 600 bucks?
I can't work that close, Corey.
Yeah, if you'd want, I could make you an offer for about half of what Greg said at 400.
Does that mean you're going to double your money off of me?
No, sir. Realistically, if I buy these off you for 400, I'm gonna put them in my case and I'm gonna mark them at 800. And the first guy that comes along and offers me 600, I'm gonna sell them to him.
450?
I'll tell you what, I'll go 425 just so you feel like you won.
That's a deal. All right, thank you. I got $425. I'm really very pleased and very happy.